What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to do a video with this beast right here, Carnage. Now, I did something that I really didn't want to do, but after I did it, I'm glad I did it, and that is I tier 4'd my man Carnage. And the reason is, guys, because as many of you know, I've been trying to push World Boss Legend, push it and push it and push it. And at stage 55, you need a character that has the pure evil tag against Ultron. You need this pure evil, right? And Carnage is the best choice for this particular clear that you need to do. Now, he can do this at tier 3, guys, on a really level up account, on an account with lots and lots of valor. He can do this at tier 3, but on my account with 100% physical tag, 22% pierce, and my valor is, I'll show it to you here in a little bit, isn't really high enough. I can come close. I tried it over and over, spent a couple hours. I cleared stage 55 with him at tier 3, but I couldn't go any higher, guys. I tried doing stage 56, and I would have like 5 bars, 6 bars, 3 bars left over every single time, even in a pretty much perfect run. And the big thing about Carnage, and he's kind of inconsistent because he has the accumulation, but it's the accumulation based on how much damage you take. And that's kind of the thing about him. If he takes a lot of damage, and with Ultron, that's not that difficult, but sometimes you're just not taking damage, especially when Ultron gets stunned and you're attacking, and you're just not doing enough damage to this character. Ultron has a lot of little phases, and it really causes you to do less damage over time. But when this character is at tier 4, he's a whole nother beast because 2 issues get resolved with Carnage. One really big issue, which is his survivability, especially against the stage 50 plus Ultron. Ultron can just whoop whoop and kill him. He's pretty much dead almost instantly. Ultron will do this little star attack that he does, and he'll just one-shot him like nothing. But whenever he's tier 4, he gets a nice big HP bump. He's got 100,000 HP. And on top of that, his tier 4 is pretty nice because it gives him a recovery heal to, 9% of damage dealt. That is nice. And then, of course, his basic damage goes up, and he also has damage proc by 100% for 1 attack. That is very, very potent. Actually, in the gameplay that I was playing, I didn't even realize he had that damage proc, just to be fully transparent with you guys. But he's just so much better whenever you have him at tier 4. And I think it goes without saying with any character. And I got a feeling that's going to come in handy in the future for other clears tier 4ing this character. I don't regret tier 4ing. I'm actually glad I did. I didn't really want to because the resources are so scarce as far as tier 4 characters are concerned. But I felt like I really needed to. Otherwise, I was just going to wait another, a couple weeks or a month to build up my valor even more to where I could actually do it at tier 3. And whenever he's tier 4, guys, he definitely is going to need the build that I'm showing you. He's got 63,000 physical attack, guys. All of his stats are pretty much maxed out. He's got 65% dodge, which does help his survivability a little bit. And then we have, just 2 Odin's Blessings. And then we just have, mythic physical attack Urus. I don't have the strongest build on him except for the obelisk that I'm using, which I don't even really know if it's really making that big of a difference. His Ice Wave set has a stage 12 power bringer hook set. He has no artifact, guys. If he did, he would do even more damage. And then we're using a brilliant CTB of Rage. When you guys watch this run, he clears this fast enough to where you're going to be like, yeah, he could have definitely done this with a regular Rage. And guys, you really don't want to play this character with a damage proc. I tried using my Brilliant Destruction, right? Spending all them stupid crystals. And yeah, that was a waste. Against Ultron, because he's, iframing all over time, he's jumping all over the place. It is so hard to accumulate damage, to do damage. Ultron's moving around with a damage proc, whereas with a Rage, it's just a completely different beast. You can actually, at his 3rd skill, absorb a bunch of damage, right? You don't have to worry about the proc, and then just start melting, right? That is a big thing with him, man. And considering that he has, but also the guard break immunity is really nice, decreased base damage by 40%, is nice, right, for his survivability. But the guaranteed critical rate is really great with a Rage. It just helps proc that damn thing, and the critical damage buff on him. It's really, really nice. And then, of course, I have a mythic uniform on my man. But if we bring up the run for you guys, right, scroll it up here. Okay, gameplay. There we go. Hit this hit. You guys can watch, what we're doing here, okay? Now, in the beginning of the fight, guys, with Carnage, you just want to hit the 4, slam down, hit the 3, absorb damage, and then hit the 2 and then the 5. Now, the reason I'm hitting the 2 and the 5 is because I want to get that proc built up for the Brilliant CTP of Rage. Now, again, guys, you don't need a Brilliant for this. You don't, man. Especially if he's tier 4. And like I said, I've seen guys do this with tier 3. Now, I'm using Miles' uniform here because Miles gives 70% increased damage as a leadership and decreased damage by 20%. So Carnage actually has decreased damage received by 60% in total, which is nice. And then Taskmaster's got a CTP of Insight, and then, of course, the damage to supervillain passive. Right? And man, tier 4, he is just like, he just melts this thing like butter, man. Holy crap. Really destroys it. And I don't have to worry about his survivability so much. I went from having insane difficulty trying to do this clear to it becoming a joke, to it becoming very, very easy, because once you tier 4 this character, it will be easy. I'm not advocating for you guys to tier 4 him. If you want to, you can. He's an awesome tier 4. He really is. He's very strong, but you won't really get to use him in a whole lot of areas. And that's kind of the thing that sucks. All the restrictions for him, they're pretty high, right? Not as high as mutants, but still pretty high. So that's the thing to always keep in mind. He's not really he really isn't the first tier 4 that I would recommend building at all. But man, he really is awesome, guys. He really is just solid at tier 4. So good. Even at tier 3, he's very strong. It's just, he's so inconsistent because the accumulation is just, especially against this bastard. Ultron is a pain in the freaking rear. All these little phases, just so annoying. And I can't wait to do stage 60 plus against Ultron because I got a little waifu that I get to play again, which is pretty nice. Hint, hint, hint. But man, he just melts guys. Right? And Venom's a really good striker for him as well. Carnage does have good movement speed. That is something that's really nice about this uniform, is that, man, he can move. Right? But once you hit that tier 4, guys, you don't really even have to worry about him dying. Like this attack right here, that thing will one-shot you easily at tier 3. But at tier 4, oh no. It never once one-shotted me. Not yet. I can just kind of plow through it and go, 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 go. Now, I like to switch and use Taskmaster here because I want to be able to bring in a Carnage right at the very beginning of the next phase. And this is where at tier 3 it's really difficult because, you know, you don't have as high as physical stats, right? Like right here, guys, you just don't do that much damage. Now, we're down at the bottom of the 8th bar, so we're not doing any damage at all, right? But a lot of times you don't do as much damage as you want because you're not really accumulating. Now, if there's some toxic meteorites on the ground, then you can accumulate a little bit of damage. So whenever, it's a weird thing with these characters that have accumulation because you want to have ways to accumulate damage so you can deal more damage. If those toxic meteorites are around, it gives you a way to accumulate some damage, especially whenever Ultron's stunned like that. That helps a lot. But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've really reached a point where I don't want to see characters that have accumulation based on damage you take. It's just, they're so much easier to play whenever you have just a solid accumulation based on how many damage you deal. It's so much easier to play those characters. I mean, Ultron's really not that difficult to accumulate damage in all honesty, but because he moves around all over the place, it's just, he's really annoying, right? Very annoying. So like right here, guys, right? Do a little swipe, and a lot of times what I do there is I just go ahead and switch to Carnage prior, and then I just hit the 4, and then take Ultron right out of this next phase. And this is what I mean, guys. When he's at tier 4, he does way more damage here because he has higher physical stats. He's got the damage proc on the tier 4. It makes a big, big difference. Oh boy. Get him, get him. But this is honestly a pretty easy clear. I mean, it might not look like it, but it actually, I mean, when he's at tier 4, it's an easy clear. At tier 3, though, hell no. There's nothing easy about it. Very, very annoying. I was cussing and cursing all over the place when I was trying to do this at tier 3. At tier 4, though, I'm just like, I'm just having a good old time, you know, trying to do this clear. And guys, I can do this even faster than this, but it really just depends on your accumulation and how much accumulation you're actually getting and whether or not Ultron's moving all over the place. But with 40 seconds to spare, and this wasn't the best run, guys, with 40 seconds to spare, it really shows you that at tier 4, guys, for a lot of you, if you have decent cards, he's going to be able to get that clear for you. But I think for a lot of players, guys, because I have a pretty good card set, I have a pretty good setup on my account. I think for a lot of players, you know, you're probably going to need to have the character tier 4 in order to do that, or just wait for the next character that has pure evil, right? You can just wait for the next character that has pure evil and queue up them. I mean, you got Dr. Doom, guys. He's going to get a tier 4 in the future. You can guarantee this guy's going to get a tier 4, and he is already insane. So having that tier 4, I mean, so you might just want to wait for Dr. Doom, because I know a lot of players aren't, at this high level against Ultron. So this might be a better wait, a better deal, because this is a super expensive character, and they're going to make him pretty OP. He already is OP as it is, even to this day in this game. So I think really people are probably just wait for someone like Dr. Doom to be able to do a clear like this instead of tier 4 in Carnage. But he's still a really awesome tier 4. He's still a really fun tier 4 to get it done. So guys, let me know what you think about Carnage, getting it done against stage 59 Ultron. I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. DD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.